A treat here. You seen that, Sean, up on our board? Larry-N-Stafford.
Love Larry.
Let's go to Larry. What's up, Larry, my man?
What's up, B-Lemma? What's going on, dog?
What's up, man? Glad you're calling in. Sean, we got a celebrity on the horn.
This is our guy, man. He's been my guy for we're on the same page. Plus, we got the same high school interest too for one of our guys too. A couple of them. You ain't lying, brother. I'm with you.
Yes, sir. Both of them boys look like they got the potential to be special, man. So, look here. Hey, Sean, y'all was talking football this morning, and y'all was talking about Davis Mills, right?
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate how you go about evaluating quarterbacks. So when I look at Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and Davis Mills, and
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So when I look at them, right, I put all of them in the class where we should be evaluating Davis Mills up against. In your professional view, what elite talent does Davis Mills have?
Well, one thing I know, and that's a hell of a question, Larry, when we say elite talent, are we talking about the ability to, do what Mahomes doesn't throw it a country mile or throw off schedule? Some guys are great. Okay, let me ask you this. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm just trying to, off the top of my head, think about a great player in the league over the course of time, right? Over the course of time, and say, okay, what great player at that position didn't have an elite skill, but okay. And for instance, Drew Brees had one elite skill, right? A lot of them, but that was accuracy, right? Right?
Yes,
there you go. Tom Brady, we'd go through. I think now I can ask you this question. What elite skill did Phillip Rivers have in his career? What elite skill did Matt Ryan have in his career? Neither one of them won a Super Bowl. Both more than likely Hall of Famers. I can ask you this. What elite skill did Eli Manning have in his career? So my point is that I would have never been now listen, the Elway arm, the Lamar Jackson feet, the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allen. But even think about, we knew that Josh Allen coming into the league, his elite skill was what? A monster arm, right? So my question is, after 9 or 10 or 11 starts, whatever it's been for Davis Mills, I don't know if we have one that we're going to say he's going to be right now. He's not the best at any of them. But I'm not sure where his elite accuracy is because he hasn't had enough players to separate. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So that part, but I can tell you this, that it's okay to be good at a lot of them and still be an elite player. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense, and it's going to take me to the point that I'm trying to make. Here it is. We want to give Davis the benefit of the doubt because we need him to be a damn good quarterback for the Texans.
And we haven't seen enough yet, though, right, Larry? Too. You're right.
There you go. We have not seen, I know we have that sample size where at the end of the season last year, everybody got a little excited because he performed down the stretch and everything. But we haven't seen enough of Murray be capable of doing, because I heard these same kind of things about what was the Rosen kid that
Josh Rosen. Yeah, you didn't hear that from me. I said draft Kyler Murray. Right. Remember, he was the most NFL ready according to some. Remember that, Larry?
Yes, sir. I completely remember that. We heard the same thing. You remember when Drew Lock came into NRG Stadium and ran our ass out of there with the Broncos?
After one win?
After one, we heard Drew Lock was. So we hear these things about these guys, and then all of a sudden they fall off the face of the earth. My only position is this. I've heard people say that Davis Mills is better than Trevor Lawrence, and he got more talent than Trevor and all this other stuff. I've heard them say the same thing, that he's better than Zach Wilson and all these. What we're trying to find out in Houston, if they're going to put players around this guy and try to get us to win, get us back on track to winning, and if they're going to bank on this year being able to do it, we need to see Davis Mills play more. We need to see him go out there and perform and do things that are just like, because to me he's playing too robotic. He looks like he's and everybody say, well, how do you know he's thinking too much? That's because we can watch a dude come open and the ball not be there already.
And you know what, Larry? Yeah, with that, Danny, I think you and I are on the same page. I'm hoping Pep Hamilton allows him to expand that thought process. You know what I mean? To free him up to go crazy. Because I think I think they put a bit of a straitjacket on him in the offense last year. And I think you'd agree with that.
I totally agree with that. And I'll wrap it up with this. They have to let him loose. Yep. Because in the National Football League, if you're sitting back there in that pocket, which I've never played the position, but I've talked to enough people that can tell me, if you're sitting back there in that position and you're late trying to figure out what you're going to do, your ass ain't going to be in the National Football League too long because them boys on defense aren't going to give you a second chance, man. Davis Mills got to go out and perform against San Francisco, and if Lovey and Pep have any inkling of wanting this guy to have a successful season, they better take that straitjacket off his ass and let him go and see if he can play against these boys because this is a grown man league that they play in our hall.
You ain't lying, Larry. My guy. I appreciate you, Larry. Let me expand on that real quick. He's 100% correct. And Larry's got to listen, and I get it. Larry loves him some Deshaun Watson as a player, and who the hell doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah.
And that's what we made. When you see the bar set, we all want that bar to be reached. but Larry's 100% correct. And I've said it on this show, and we are in direct parallel. You're nuts if you think Davis Mills is a bust. I'm not talking about Larry, I'm talking about anybody. You have not seen enough. And I can go through the Kurt Warner, the experts in this league that have played it, Warren Moon, at a highest level. Not a one of them. Now, I can look at a guy, listen, as we look at Trevor Lawrence is more, that's why he's the first pick, is more physically gifted right now than Davis Mills is. That doesn't mean he's going to be a better quarterback. But he is. And the track record in college, states, all that stuff. But if you think that you're expert enough, you can guess now and say, oh, Davis Mills is going to be a bust. And if he is, and then you get to get on your high horse and tell us all if you're some expert on TV. No, you got lucky because you can, after less than 16 starts, you can't judge if a guy's a bust or a star. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is going to be a star. I know he's got all the ability, but who knows, 3 years from now, he could be out of the league. Which, more than likely, you get my point.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Mac Jones. He started well. You saw him start to taper off. It's a long season. Justin Fields, all the potential. Trey Lance got the best roster to work with of the second-year guys. Hell. But Larry's right. We judge and we see it, and you can be a great player without being the best at any as long as you're good at all. Now, Drew Brees, the best at accuracy. Tom Brady, the best at a lot. Pat Mahomes, the strongest arm. I mean, we can go on about different guys, but if you can bring them all together and be really good at all of them, you can be a franchise quarterback. So, and Zach Wilson, all the potential, all these guys, none of them I can look at right now and tell you 5 years from now they're going to be in 3 Pro Bowls, or 5 years from now they're going to be just a guy in the league. That's why this is a monster season, and Larry just echoed what we said early in the show. You have to take kid gloves off because you got to be a football playing Jesse at that position, and the only way you can do it is an offensive coordinator who says, here's a football, it's got 8 panels and it's got 4 panels and 8 laces. Let that bitch rip.